Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. Monday Night Primetime is underway. Starting at the 10. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Following the play, though, one of the Bills still pretty shaken up down there. Trainer's going to get out there to see what's wrong. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Return.
Going back, it's the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down.
Maxwell Hairston on the stop. A 2-yard loss brings up third down and 12.
On a quick.
Here he goes, third and long. And almost someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked by T.J. Edwards. And we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3 now, partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't seem too bad right now.
No, I think everybody on that sideline would co-sign, especially the quarterback. And you also now give life to this defense and their offense that runs on the field.
319!
First tone of the game for James Cook. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offensive confidence.
319!
First down, and they go right back to it. And they push him out just as he gets back to the line. Second down coming up.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Another snap from the 8 here. It's second and goal. Brought in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Pass now to kick this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up first and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Handoff on second and short. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 now from 46. Play action. Here's Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. Tucks it and takes off. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
180. Ready, shot. Ready, shot.
Lamar now from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. That one connects. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens reach pay dirt for the first time this game.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Escapes the pocket. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And the Bills' first down.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. Ooh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that first down carry.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Another one for Cook. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
Okay, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Third and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. Got his man. Shakir has it. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 13 on that play. And the Bills have a first down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
319.
Now Allen off the play action. Rolling out to his left. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills break the tie here in the first. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Tyler Bass to kick off.
Bass now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10.
Middle. Go right here.
There's a dive up the middle. Well, he had the power power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. It's fielded at the 14. And you'll love the effort on that return as he gets him all the way up beyond the 40. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Allen. Running quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Allen setting up to throw. There's a screen for Cook. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Hey, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Empty backfield. 5 guys out wide for 3rd and long. Third and long for him here. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
Now, I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop. See the ball hit the ground, knock them out of that rhythm.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
At their own 23-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Off by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
At the 23-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 14-7 game. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter. Ravens in possession. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Hey, middle. You hey, Ozzy, sit up.
Now to the running back. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Sit up. 180. Sit up. Sit up.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Pulled in by the rookie out of Texas Tech. He does it! Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead.
Kate, that is simply put, perfect play action right there. That action drew the eyes of those defenders, and he's able to throw that ball right over their heads.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens tie things up at 14.
To kick off for Baltimore.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Play action now, Allen. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. One play in blocking this drive is already in enemy territory.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Buffalo.
Alert!
Cook trying this one up the gut. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
First and 10
now from the 30. Now design run. It's Allen. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on one, and now they get him behind the line.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass, and they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Play action now with Allen. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. They send with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Running back sent in motion. Allen to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a second quarter lead. It's a James Cook touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Ravens 14. Tyler Bass to kick off.
Bass now to kick this away. Returnable from the 1. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Lamar off the play fake. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Throwing again is Lamar. Builds up this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Again, it's Jackson to the air. It's his running back. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Working quickly here.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Quick sling here, caught by Andrews. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hey, report! Report!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that is exactly what they were after, Brock. A good 8-yard run there on 1st down. Offense up to the line fast.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
They're going to throw out of the gun. It's him over the middle. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up. So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson off the play action. On the move, headed right. And he scores. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Here's Luke for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game at 21.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
319.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Finds his man, it's Demario Douglas. Gets it to the 15, and he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills get some late points and the lead. Demario Douglas with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Returnable from the 2. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. He did well on that play, but might have had some early help. We've got a flag down. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Real quick, ready? 180. Good. 180. Ready, shot. Good.
Lamar now from the gun. This one's to Andrews outright. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
Continuing to move past the 45. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They get 22 out of that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Return it.
Here's the long back on the handoff. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. To the line and set. Here we go. 1st down.
Alpha, sit hot. 180. Sit hot. 180. And sit hot. Ready, shot.
From the gun, Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd.
2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
180. It's hot.
Play fake, Jackson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Brown 80!
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
56, 56, 319! What's up?
Throwing now on 1st down. Allen completed over the middle. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take the lead just before halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 28. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Bass now to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Sit hot! Right on in! Sit hot! Right in!
Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he will get this inside the 30. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
On a quick.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30.
Sit hot! Right in!
1st down, here's Lamar. Bails out of the pocket quick. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Bills make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Allen setting up to throw. That's going to be caught. Tony Pollard. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator, quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minute.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Taken in by Dobbs. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Allen on 3rd and 2. He'll have the first down and even more. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Bills have a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10 from the 43.
Half 85, half it.
This is a design run for Allen. There he goes again. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. Josh Allen, the touchdown. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right, an extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Bass now to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ravens to the line now. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's got Andrews. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Fits it through the middle. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They get 23 on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages. Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself. Had some room to work, and he took advantage, given 7. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Play action now with Jackson. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
180. Hey. Sit up.
Now Jackson on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Offense in the hurry up here.
We changed up 2nd and goal.
Pressure coming, it's Jackson. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Need a touchdown here as they line up for 3rd and goal.
Shot. 180. 180. What a shot.
Looking now from the gun. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
So the offense staying on the field from a bit of a distance here. They're going for it on 4th and goal.
180.
4th down, pass coming. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the 2nd half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building has clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. This is Cook on the handoff. Wild flag, first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Allen on 3rd down. Got a man, that's Kincaid. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down. So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. They'll try the right side with Cook. Quick thinking there to head back towards the middle. He salvages a few for him ahead of this second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Allen has him on the quick hitter, and he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Six yards to go here. It's third down.
319! Alert, alert, alert!
They'll air it out on third. Downfield, and Shakir has it. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. They waited a little extra second there, didn't they? Maybe a little bit of a talk to the other sideline, Brock, before they declined that call. That touchdown's going to stand.
All good and love in football. Just a good little penalty to it.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills double their lead to 14.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Bass now to kick this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
T-Run, let's go, let's go.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
180! Sit hot! 180! 13.
From the gun, Jackson. Finds a seam down the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
32-yard line.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
On one, ready?
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40.
Sit hot! Sit hot! 180!
It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
Brought down by Cole Bishop. It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Offense to the line for second down.
Ready, shot! Sit hot! 180! Ready, shot!
Lamar now from the gun. Short pass brought in. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 7.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Ready, shot!
Throw here, third down. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third quarter. So just one quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Down in the fourth, offense staying out there for this.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot! Sit hot! 180! Hey, shot! Sit hot!
Desperation time here. Throwing the out route complete. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on fourth down. That gets him the first. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Sit hot! 180! Hey, shot!
Lamar off the play fake. Chased out to his right. He can run it. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Hey, shot! Sit hot! 180! Sit hot!
Now it's Lamar. Jump off caught by his back. Still has room inside the 15. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
Down and goal to go.
Hey, sit hot! Sit hot! You changed it. Sit hot!
Working inside the red zone. Completed over the middle. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Andrews snags another one. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens now within one score in the fourth. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Here's Luke for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Ravens 42.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. They bring Dobbs in motion left.
What's that?
First down throw for Allen. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Alert, alert, alert!
And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And downfield, he's got it. So that's Dobbs. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Buffalo first. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Here's Cook. We'll call this a modest game here, Brock. About 3 yards, second down coming up.
This defense may have been headed the wrong way initially on that counter run, but they never lost contain. As that play shifted back, they flowed with it and caught him before he could break it up the sideline.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's third down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. They'll throw. Third and long. Has his man. It stops. And they take him down right along the 30. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Throwing now on first down, Allen. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
That's another Bills first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Bills first down.
They'll run it with Cook. He surges ahead for 5. Make it second down.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Receiver gets it on the handoff. Into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. Well, they dialed up that one at the right time, Brock. Pretty clear the defense was expecting pass, and they couldn't pivot when he got it as a runner instead.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make that mistake again, are they? Now how versatile these wide receivers are in today's game. It's one of the big transitions, Kate, over the last decade. You know, you always used to see Jerry Rice and John Taylor just lined up scoring touchdowns on the perimeter. Not so fast anymore. These wide receivers today so versatile, and he showed off that on that play.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Bass now to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
Get hot, hot. Get hot. 180. Finish it hot. 180. Finish hot. Return it. Get hot.
Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football.
That's not going to show up as an interception on the stat sheet, but with all these next-level stats we have today, Kate, that's what you call a turnover-worthy play. And there have been way too many of them in this one.
180. Get hot.